Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be having a look at this Motorola Edge60 Fusion smartphone. And I have been actually using this as my primary smartphone for the last 4.5 days. So I'll let you know what do I feel about this one. And initially when I got this smartphone, I didn't know the pricing, but I now know the pricing of this smartphone, and I feel for the price that you can get this one with the bank offers, this is an incredible overall balanced smartphone. But let's get on with this one. Of course, it comes inside this box. Not a much stuff. It says high-res audio and high-res audio, so it is supported high-res. So if you have hi-fi, headphones with LDAC and high-res audio, it is supported. Also says Dolby Atmos. Yes, of course, has stereo speakers. Very good. And also says Corning. The glass on this one is having that Corning Gorilla Glass 7i. And of course, you also get a charger in the box. So it's a 68 watt charger that you are getting on this one, and it's a fast charger. And of course, you're getting a Type C to Type C cable also inside the box. I'm not bothered about the peak brightness or something. They claim 4500 nits, but again, I'm bothered about the actual high brightness. That's actually 1400 nits, and that's actually pretty high for a smartphone in this price range. So that way I would say the screen quality that you're getting on this smartphone is really good. And again, it's a 6.7 inch screen. It's actually a 1.5K OLED screen that you're getting. Of course, it's that 120 Hertz refresh rate that you're getting. Again, it's the typical Motorola UI, very close to stock Android experience, so that is still there. And if I go inside this one, again, first let's look at the configuration. And by default, you're getting with Android 15 out of the box, and I believe this is going to get 3 years of Android upgrades and 4 years of security updates. And it actually comes, again, this is a good thing, it comes in 2 variants, but the good thing is that the base storage variant is also 256 gigabytes. The only difference is that the RAM, the base variant will have 8 gigabytes of RAM, and the higher end will have this 12 gigabytes of RAM. But RAM boost is available on both the variants, and you can do the RAM boost up to 12 gigabytes on the same. So that's regarding the configuration. Regarding the processor, it's having the new Dimensity 7400 SoC. And guys, here are all the specs for your reference. And again, if you look at it from the specs point of view, it's actually very good considering the price point it's actually available. Okay, again, as I've told you, the screen quality is really good on this one. And again, of course, it's having that 120 Hertz display. And also the thing is that the display is now actually Pantone validated. So the colors, if you are a person who wants that color accuracy, for example, you are in photography work or something, that you can actually do. By default, as I've told you, it was set to actually auto, that is smart optimization. But throughout my testing for the last 4.5 days, I have been actually using it at 120 Hertz. And again, it's been a very nice experience. By default, the colors will be on the variant. But again, if you're doing that color work, just keep it on natural, then you get that very accurate color. But most of you might like the Radiant or the Vivid for that punchy colors. So that's what it is. And again, also this one is also having DC dimming, so that's actually also a nice thing. So in terms of display, I would say I do not have any problems with the display. It's a good display. Also, it's having that quad curve display also on this one, so that's why it actually looks pretty stylish. And again, the front glass, as I've told you, is that new Corning Gorilla Glass 7i, and back is this vegan leather kind of a finish, and actually gives pretty good grip on the smartphone. So in terms of the in-hand feel, it's actually good. In fact, though this is having a pretty big battery for the size, 5500 milliamp hour battery, this does not feel heavy. If I recall, it was around 180-ish grams. Also, this does have that in-display fingerprint scanner, and it works very well. But again, the scanner is slightly on the bottom, so it will take you a day or two to get used to it. But in terms of accuracy, again, as you can see, very accurate. And again, in terms of fluidity within the UI, it is doing a good job. This Dimensity 7400 is a decent mid-range chipset. In fact, in terms of benchmarks, etc., if you do Antutu something, you will get around 7,10,000 to 7,15,000. So in day-to-day performance, it's actually good. Another thing that I liked about this smartphone is that in regular usage, there was no heating that I noticed on the smartphone. And also, the earpiece quality is really good. I did not have any issues while taking calls or any proximity sensor issues or anything like that. Now, coming to the battery life, it's actually having a fairly big big 5500 milliamp hour battery, and because of that power efficient Dimensity 7400, I'm actually getting very good battery life. But again, here is one thing that I do not like about the new Motorola is that if you go to the battery stats and if you go to the battery's usage, no way it is actually giving us the SOT values. So I have to actually estimate the SOT values because here it is not giving me, and I can easily say that it will give you anywhere between 7 hours of SOT to even 9 hours of SOT based on your usage. The standby time was actually very good. In fact, I saved a screenshot. Let me actually show you. I saved it here, and this last Saturday I had charged it fully to 100%, used it on Sunday also, and Monday also I had used it, and I had to only charge it on Tuesday. So that way the standby life is also very good on this one. But again, sad to see that no SOT values are actually given. I don't know why most of the vendors are removing SOT values. Anyways, in terms of in-hand feel also, it's actually very good. As you can see, you have that it's very actually comfortable to hold in a single hand like this and navigate around. Motorola has also added a lot of AI features on this one. Of course, you have this Moto Secure family space also on this one. And again, if you can also go over here, these are some of the AI stuff. And AI is very accessible on this smartphone. If you go over here, as you can see, of course, you can search for your apps, etc. But if you tap in here, you also get an AI assistant over here and you can use it. For example, you can take notes, etc. For example, if you're in a meeting or something like that, and it will transcribe that even if multiple persons are there. So it's actually good. You also have the remember thing, and also you have the magic canvas. For example, you can just write anything. Let's say create a beach around sunrise or something like that. And so this is generative image, etc. is there, and actually you can use these images. It actually creates pretty high quality images. So again, as you can see, it has created that, and I can set it as a wallpaper, download it, save it, etc. If you are in basically meetings and stuff, you will appreciate it. Take notes and stuff like this, and it just starts. You can record your stuff like this, and it's going to transcribe what we are talking. So this is great for if you are into online meetings and stuff. You have to frequently attend meetings. You can just hit this and press record, and later on you can get the full transcribe of the meeting notes. For example, if I do this, stop it, so it will ask you, do you want to transcribe this? And I can hit it in background, and it will take about a couple of seconds, generally depending on your length of the recording. Done that. So again, as you can see, so it's just whatever I spoke, it transcribed and gives a summary also. Coming to the networking also, I did not have any problems with Wi-Fi. I also tested it with VoIP calls, that is voice over Wi-Fi and all those things. I did take some WhatsApp calls also, etc. No issues. Also 5G reception was good on this smartphone. So that way, in terms of networking, I did not have a problem with this one. Now another good thing that I like about this smartphone is that this is also having the new IP69 rating. So again, if accidentally falls in water or anything like that, nothing will happen. Also, this model is supposed to have the new Auqa touch display. For example, when water falls on the screen, generally it's not easily usable, but this smartphone is actually usable. And actually this is at maximum, and as you can see, it's actually pretty loud, and you get that good stereo separation between them. So let me just get out of the. So again, even for multimedia consumption, the screen quality is also very good, and the stereo speakers are actually very good on this smartphone. So no complaints about that. Again, I didn't do a lot of gaming on this smartphone, but you can definitely play games, I would say. But if they are very heavy games, you might have to keep the graphics settings at medium. One more thing that I liked about this smartphone is that the RAM management was also actually done very well on this smartphone. So again, it does not boot out apps, etc. that are in memory. So that RAM management stuff has been done well on it. I've noticed that some of the smartphones, to extract extra battery, they compromise on the RAM management, but that's not the case with this smartphone. Now coming to the cameras on this one, it's actually a very interesting setup that we have on this one. If you look at it, you might say that it's having a triple camera setup, but no, that's not the case. In fact, the main camera is a 50 megapixel Sony sensor, and we have a 13 megapixel that's ultra wide. This actually is not a camera, but actually a light sensor. They call it ambient light sensor, which actually helps in white balance, color accuracy, and what do you say, that flickering etc. also sometimes you get at night, it actually avoids that. So it basically is aiding the main camera, and this of course is the flash. And the front camera is a 32 megapixel camera on this one. And guys, I won't bore you with the interface etc. of the camera. If you have seen earlier Moto phones, it's very similar, and you can go to, and also with the main camera you can actually go to 2x zoom. It's punching in. I'll actually show you some of the samples. So here are some of the samples taken with this smartphone. First, some samples taken in outdoor lighting conditions, and here as you can see it's doing a good job. This was taken at 1x and this was at 2x. At 2x also you have a lot of detail. Another example, this was 1x and this was that 2x zoom. One more example, 1x and 2x. This is taken with the main lens and this was ultra wide. One more example, main lens, and this is ultra wide. I like the fact that ultra wide also retains the color accuracy. This was taken in artificial lighting conditions and this was with the ultra wide. The ultra wide is actually doing a good job. Some more shots in indoor lighting conditions and dull lighting conditions. Here I feel this smartphone is performing very well. Again, this area very less light was there, and here also the pictures actually came out good. Another example in very low lighting conditions in my office with all the lights switched off, and here I switched on the light. Moving to very dull lighting conditions, as you can see, this smartphone actually surprised me. In fact, in very low lighting conditions also, as you can see, the pictures came out actually very good, and also the shutter lag was minimal. So even in very low lighting, it is doing a very good job. Now coming to human subjects, also the pictures actually come out good. These were taken in normal mode. This was taken in portrait mode 35mm. This was portrait mode 50mm. Again portrait mode 35, and this was portrait mode 50mm. Now for some selfies taken with the 32 megapixel front facing camera. These were in the normal mode, and here I enabled the portrait bokeh mode. Recording this video with the rear facing camera in 4K 30 FPS. You can record video up to 4K 60 FPS with the rear facing camera. And I'm just going to move around to give you an idea how is the video recording. And it's pretty hot sun out there. Let's see, it's bright sunlight over here, and quickly moving to a shadowed area. It's able to handle it. Let's see how's the stabilization. I'm just going to walk on the stairs. At least in the preview it looks good, but you guys let me know. And the audio is also being recorded via its internal microphone, and as you can see I'm just walking, and again this is a very sunny area. And let's see whether the video, can I go to ultra? So yes, it did go to ultra wide, so even 4K video recording is there, ultra wide. Now move back to the 1x, and you can also zoom in to that 2x within the video. So this should give you an idea about the video recording with the rear facing camera. Now guys, I'm recording the video with the front facing camera, and the good thing is that even with the front facing camera you can record the video in 4K. So I'm recording it at 4K 30 FPS, and let's just walk around to see how is the video recording. And again, it's very sunny, hot sunny day today. So let me just move now to a slightly shadowed area, and I'm just walking through the stairs so that you can also get an idea how is the stabilization and how was it for vlog style videos. So this sample was with the front facing camera. Now coming to the price point of this one, the base variant you can get it for 23,000, but again there are bank offers, initial bank offers. I think so they are giving 2,000 rupees discount. So if you enroll with that, you will get it for 21,000 rupees, and I feel for 21,000 rupees it's a very good deal, considering the fact that even the base variant you are going to get 256 gigabytes of storage. The storage is UFS 2.2, but again, in my day-to-day operations and multitasking, I did not have any issues with that. And I have to say, around that price point of about 21,000 rupees, this is a very strong, balanced smartphone. And for me, whenever I'm looking at mid-range, Android smartphones, these are the 5 things that I look at a smartphone. And for example, the first thing is the battery life should be actually excellent, and that is the case with this smartphone. Second thing is, again, there is no heating or anything like that when you are normally actually using the smartphone. And the third thing is that I am particularly very touchy about this one. It should have a clean UI experience, and that's the thing in this one. This smartphone does not bombard with you with ads or unnecessary stuffs in notification, so that's also a big plus point for me. And also, it should have decently good cameras. That's the case with this one. In fact, the main camera, that's the Sony sensor, is actually doing a pretty good job even in not that great lighting conditions. And lastly, the smartphone should be very good in multimedia content, because these days most of the users, elders also, if you take, etc., are consuming a lot of content via the smartphone. And in terms of multimedia content also, because of the stereo speakers and the good quality screen, it's actually doing a good job. Apart from that, some of the bonuses that I felt, again, I generally don't stress about these things in this price range, but good to see that this one is having the IP69 rating, and also this actually gets the military MIL STD 810 rating. Again, that rating is given only for durable phones, so durability will also be pretty good on this smartphone. Considering the overall aspect, I have to say around the 21,000 price point, if you include those bank offers, this is a solid smartphone, and I can easily recommend it to my friends and families who are looking for a smartphone around that 20,000 price point. But what do you guys feel about this one? Do let me know in the comment section below. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.